The Voice of Saruman is the name of the chapter this week.
Wait, could you imagine if that's how they open up the tower? They're like, Saruman, Saruman. He's like, I'm old Greg. Old Greg just came down the stairs. They're like, what the fuck is happening in there?
I think of old Greg when I think of Wormtongue.
Nice.
Oh, don't do that to old Greg.
Oh,
Gandalf, you old son of a bitch.
We're here to talk about The Voice of Saruman, Chapter 10, again, from the lovely Three Towers. Two Towers.
What?
You are.
I'm just throwing you guys on a little
You're having fun.
loopity-doopy.
No, this is fine. This is fine. This is good.
Just see if we catch it.
It's part
Loosen
three.
it up.
Of,
Loosen it up.
No, it's not. It's part 2 of book 3.
It's book 3.
Part 2 of book 3 of chapter 4.5 plus 6.
That's it.
Laura doesn't give a fuck about anything I'm saying, apparently.
Chicken noises.
That's what I hear.
The Voice of Saruman is the best possible chapter name for chapter 10 of the Two Towers. It truly is an entire fucking chapter dedicated to this guy's voice.
It's a good chapter.
It was a really good chapter.
It was interesting. It was, it was something new that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to see somebody show up to a battle of wits unarmed? Got 20 pages of that.
Loved it.
I heard Matt Berry.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Saruman, you fuck! Come down.
Oh, really? I went the other way, and I thought Matt Berry as Saruman.
No, I hear him as Gandalf.
Yeah, I loved when he got angry.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's the real him coming out.
It was good.
He was like,
Yeah.
I'm on Saruman.
No.
Save yourself.
Save yourself.
Wormtongue, save yourself.
So last episode, Merry and Pippin told Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli everything that had happened to them after they escaped the orcs. Afterward, they decided to go find Gandalf and see what he was up to. That's what happened, folks.
That is exactly what happens.
That's the perfect breakdown. The perfect breakdown, honestly.
Short and sweet.
It's 100%.
I loved it.
Why did it take me 40 minutes to talk about it?
I'm like
45?
Gandalf the White. I don't got time for this. We got to keep it moving. The Fellowship is on the edge of a knife. Let's go.
Let's go. You're like my energy level's on the edge of a knife. I could slip at any moment.
Yeah, the penultimate chapter is upon us at book 3. Let's get into it.
Yes, not the ultimate and not the penultimate. What does penultimate mean?
Second to last.
Very well. Yes.
You said, well, it's definitely not the ultimate.
I actually have a really fun story about how I learned what that word meant. So I loved the Lemony Snicket books. I read them when I was like 9 or 10. And so the second to last book was called The Penultimate Peril. And I was like, oh my God, Dad, I think it's the last one. He laughed. He said, it can't be. And I said, why? He's like, the title. And then he got me the dictionary and I looked it up and I was so excited because I knew there was one more book in the series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like after the Penultimate Peril.
I remember being young enough that when I asked about what does a word mean, my grandmother, my mother, my dad, whoever it was, would just point to the dictionary.
The physical dictionary.
And go get the phone book size thing off the wall and go look it the fuck up.
Yeah, we had
I don't remember if we even
encyclopedias
had a
too.
dictionary at home.
Like they would just point to the wall and be like, there's your reference. Yeah.
My grandmother had the Encyclopedia Britannica,
Nice.
We had that.
which for everybody who was, I guess,
I loved reading it.
if you were born this century, Encyclopedia Britannica was essentially you ordered a small library for yourself. It was like, 30 books? And it was everything.
Everything we knew at the time. A little outdated now.
Or at least everything from anyone who had enough money to pay Britannica to put it in their book.
Yes.
Let's dive into this chapter. The Voice of Saruman.
Yeah, this is really cool because what we're seeing is kind of like the end of Saruman's arc, sort of. Like we are introduced to him way back in the Council of Elrond, when we find out about what's wrong and kind of how it goes. And then we see all of the ills that he puts into the world between the orcs and all the rest of it and the war in Rohan. And now it's kind of pivoted. The war's turned on him. And now we're all the way back at his doorstep. And now we get to hear from Saruman himself. This is the voice of Saruman. So the chapter starts right where it left off. They literally are just walking out into this like swampy nightmare, this flooded area. They catch up with Gandalf, Theoden, Éomer, and then like the 20 boys that Theoden dragged along. And they'll go up to Orthanc. And on the way, Pippin he's asking a very important question. He says, like, so is the plan we're just going to walk up to the front door? We're going to like walk right to the tower? And Gandalf says, yeah, that's basically the plan. And Pippin's like, question, can he not drop things on us and or spray fire at us or maybe cast spells at us? Are we putting ourselves in any kind of physical danger? And Gandalf, yeah, absolutely we are. But really spells are the one we got to worry about. And that is the most likely form of attack we'll face.
Did you guys see Succession?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This felt like Pippin was Greg.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Like in this moment.
That's so good.
Yeah. Does it not feel like maybe
yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it ended with Gandalf saying, like, yeah, we're gonna get enchanted a little bit, and it's gonna go real bad for you if you don't take this absolutely fucking seriously. Pippin, look me in the eyes, no jokes. This is business. I'm taking Theoden, and we're going up the stairs, and we're gonna go talk to this guy. And Theoden's like,
Parlay.
yeah,
Sorry. Parlay.
yeah, they're gonna parlay. And Theoden's like,
parlay?
I was just gonna say, I hear the guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Parlay.
Parlay. Pirates of the Caribbean immediately popped in my head.
Yeah.
because Gandalf is like, I have business with Saruman, and I've been in Orthanc before, so I'm going, obviously. And then I'm going to take Theoden because, Theoden, you have suffered a lot of loss at his hands, and you deserve this confrontation. And Theoden's like, you're right. I am old, and I'm out of fucks. I don't fear death, which is not a good way to go into anything, I think. And he's like, Éomer, you're coming with me to make sure I don't like slip on the stairs. Like I don't falter. And Gandalf's like, yeah, well, then I guess I should I'll bring Aragorn. This is fine. And Gimli's like, and me. I want to see this guy. I want to see if he looks like you. Gandalf's like, what makes you think you're actually going to be able to see what he looks like? He can look like anything he wants to anyone. You think you can see through that? And Gimli's like, So Legolas and Gimli come along. And Gandalf's just like, all right, what the fuck ever, let's just go. And they walk up this like 27 step flight up from ground level, up above the floodwaters. They leave the hobbits and they leave the boys behind at the bottom of the stairs.
The babes.
And they get to the top of this thing, and there's one door in. And above it is a balcony with like an iron railing, and there's a bunch of windows. And they're like eyes staring at them, watching them come up these stairs. And they get to the top. Gandalf takes out his staff and just slams on the door. You know, knock, knock. Saruman, where the fuck are you? Come out here.
Word for word.
Basically. And then a window opens up top after a minute, and who's there? And Theoden's like, that's Wormtongue. Gandalf's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Get your boss.
I love that moment.
And nothing happens for a while. But in that time, in that pause, in that breath, as a writer, Tolkien takes a minute to remind us all that Saruman's power is subtlety. His voice is a weapon. Remember, nobody's safe in a room alone with him because of the ways he can convince you. And we are explicitly told at this moment that it's not just that he's really good at talking people into shit. It's literally magic. That's his power. Gandalf does fireworks and can like drop ceilings on Balrogs. Apparently, Saruman can like control your mind a little bit. He can put thoughts into your head. He can make you see him differently, in a different light, his arguments in a different light, literally see him as a different person. That's the danger he poses. This is why Gandalf is like, do not come here thinking this will be fine and okay, because it won't be, and you will open yourself up to illusions. You'll open yourself up to enchantment. You will open yourself up to all of Saruman's most potent powers. So when Saruman appears, because nobody sees him come, he just suddenly appears above them on the balcony, and he adopts this like incredibly grave and weary but benevolent voice. And he plays the old man card so hard. Like my grandmother once cried when she got pulled over by a cop. She's like ancient and she just started tearing up. And then as soon as the cop was like, it's just a warning, ma'am, have a great day. She's like, all right, fuck that. Off we go to Columbus Market. Like that's exactly what Saruman does right now. He's like, why have you come to disturb my rest? What could trouble you? Oh, I see it's Gandalf and Theoden.
Also, I can't change the channel.
Right. Can you reset the router? It's asking
You're
for a
so
password.
good with it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I can't even read it.
Right. Gandalf, I have no hope that you're here to ask for any kind of help. But Theoden, my neighbor, my friend, I wish you had come sooner. I wish that we could be better friends again. I wish that we could repair all the world's ills. Saruman essentially introduces Middle-earth to gaslighting. Because gaslighting is the act of trying to distort someone's memory of events, somebody's perception of reality. You just kind of look somebody in the eyes and go, no, that didn't happen the way you know it did. It happened this way. You're just wrong. And if you play that like confidence game with somebody, eventually somebody's going to go, yeah, maybe my perspective is a little off. Maybe my memory's a little bad. He's casting a spell on people as he talks to them, like literally invading their minds and trying to influence the way his arguments are perceived and how his points are perceived.
It's a piece of shit thing to do.
Right, that's the point. It's manipulation. It's very malevolent manipulation of another person. So that's Saruman's whole bag.
He's the best at it. He's really good at it.
He is. And the problem was he got out of that lane and got into the army and murders lane.
Yeah.
Not his strong suit. Didn't work out. Now he's trapped in a tower. But again, he's still Saruman. He still has his voice. He's still the chief wizard of Middle-earth at this point. He's still a very dangerous motherfucker. And so he's talking to Theoden like, why I wish you had come here sooner. I wish you had sought my counsel out as friends, but now you're here. So this is a great opportunity for us to plot how to essentially return Rohan to greatness, about how to solve any of the challenges you have. You are my friend and neighbor, and I am your friend and neighbor.
Remember?
And I always have been.
And I always have been.
And I always will be.
I am the only one who can save you now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That line.
That's the big thing is I'm the one who will save you from the imminent destruction, the imminent threats to your kingdom. I am the key. I will be the one to save you. And if you don't, I will be the one to lament you. And the only thing we get out of this exchange is that all of the boys at the bottom of the hill, and by the boys, I mean Theoden's household guard, the 20 warriors he chose as a bodyguard to accompany him to this parlay, start like, oh, fuck, he's powerful, and he is our neighbor, and he was our friend. And does Gandalf suck?
So even though they're not up there, they can still hear the whole exchange?
Yes, they're listening to everything. They are in range. They are being manipulated just as everyone else is. And they start looking at each other and like, does Gandalf really suck? Did we back the wrong guy? Oh, fuck, but the king's going to make the right choice. He's going to go with Saruman. He's going to fix this. This is the moment where everything gets fixed. Because remember, these guys...
It feels like the riders are starting to see Gandalf a little bit how I see Gandalf.
A little bit.
A bit like a dick.
Yeah. But like...
What is this guy? What's he
They're
doing?
seeing him as Saruman is painting him.
Yeah.
Right, that's it.
Because they're just taking everything he says as truth.
Absolutely.
So throughout this exchange, the riders are sort of a proxy for us. They're a proxy for the temperature in the room, so to speak, because all the characters are going to react a little differently to what's going on, except Legolas. We stone-faced the whole time. We don't know what's going on in that boy's brain. He is probably... He's sleeping with his eyes open. He's just like, I'm checking out of this.
He fucking zoned out. He was like, this is dumb. Wake me up when this is over.
He's like, Gimli, did you know elves can sleep with their eyes open?
That's why he's safe from the spell.
Right.
He doesn't actually hear anything.
So, but the writers they're picking up what Saruman is putting down. And Gimli is like, are you fucking serious? You lying ass old man? And Saruman is like, Gimli, hi, son of Clowen, good. We're talking important business. The adults,
tall people are talking.
The adults are speaking. The king and I are speaking. When it's your turn, I'll talk to you. But right now, the king has some very important decisions to make. So, Theoden, king, my buddy, are you coming in? We will plot and plot and plot and have a great time.
The way he talks to Gimli, the voice of Saruman is literally leaving the page to the reader.
Yes.
Because he talks like a kindergarten teacher to an interrupting kindergartner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The correct way of going, wait a minute. Let's not be rude. I'm in the middle of a conversation. I'll get to you when we talk. And you as the reader, as like a common sense person on earth reading this book go, well, I mean, he's kind of being a jerk, but like,
He's not wrong.
he's not wrong. Yeah. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like trying to
he's
leave
not
the
wrong.
writing of the
He's
page
not wrong.
and to go into like the reader's brain.
And like, I know I'm being like sarcastic and shitty about this whole thing, and I cannot do this justice. I absolutely cannot. But remember, the whole time Saruman has adopted this personality of like kind of an aggrieved neighbor,
A
who's
victim.
a victim. Yeah, he is absolutely a victim of some people who were his friends, who wrecked his house and his yard, and like he's just trying to figure out what's wrong and why. Like, what happened? Where did we go wrong? Right? And Gimli looks up at him and says, "You fucking lying ass old man." Again, he blinks. He takes a second. Saruman does, and he's just like, "We'll get to you when we get to you, Gimli, son of Clowen. Just chill. I'm talking to a king right now about his kingdom. So, king, are you coming in? Are you coming up?" And at this moment, Éomer shows what he's here for, because again, remember, Theoden brought him along to make sure he didn't lose his footing, that Theoden didn't lose his way. Like, this is an interesting moment where we get kind of metaphorical, because Éomer grabs the king and is like, Theoden, we just won a battle against this man. We destroyed an army. Remember Theodred, your son, died at the fords like 4 days ago. That's actually closer to a week. But the point is, Theodred is dead. The Battle of the Fords happened. Helm's Deep just happened. Remember Hamma dying at the gates. Don't listen to this snake of a man. And Saruman says, Éomer, you are really good at what you do, bud. Stay in your lane. This is politics. This is strategy. You're just a heavy hitter, and God, you're good at it. So take your glory where you can. But again, the adults are talking. I'm talking to the king. Shh.
Once again, you as the reader are like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
maybe Amber's kind of being rude a little bit.
But then he follows up on it, and he's like, really, Theoden Éomer, am I a murderer for the people who died? You sent them to war. It was a needless war. We're friends and neighbors. What you did was regrettable and not really necessary, but I'm not going to hold that against you. And when people die in war, is that not a natural consequence of war? If I'm a murderer, so are you. And the whole time this is happening, Theoden is like stone-faced. There's no hint at what he's really thinking, but we know he's thinking about what he's hearing. And the boys at the bottom of the hill are like, yeah, fuck yeah, he's right, yeah. It's just war. What are you going to do, bro? What are you going to do? It happens. Shit happens. What up?
Just like that.
Like, yeah, they just got real California.
What?
Brah.
What's up,
brah?
What up, bro?
Yeah. Have you seen my
Brah.
sandals, brah? Never mind, I can't take this further. But the point that Saruman makes is that, right, there was a battle, and you won a battle, a great battle, an unnecessary battle where a lot of my servants were killed, but a lot of your servants were killed. Let's not hold that against each other. But remember, a battle is not a war. You've won a battle, you have not won a war. There's a lot of shit coming. So would it not be better to be friends with Saruman the Wise and the Power Forethink? Would it not be better for after the war for peace to come. Would you not have peace with me, Theoden? And the boys are like, yeah, peace is pretty good. This is working out. Yeah. And Theoden, he thinks about it. And he says, yes, I would have peace. And the boys are, fuck yeah! Peace, we're going to win. This is it. We're good. We have peace. Theoden's like, oh, guys. I would have peace, Theoden says to Saruman. I would have peace after Orthanc is broken, all of your works are destroyed, and you are hanged from your own fucking tower. Yo. That's when I will have peace. Because fuck you.
It was such a great moment.
It was.
Right? It's super fucking powerful. And the boys at the bottom of the hill are like, oh, I don't know what to make of this anymore. Are we not friends? I don't think we're friends.
Are we following the wrong guy?
We are very confused.
Yeah, it's like, I don't. So, like, good news, it didn't work. Saruman fails to reel Theoden in this moment. And I think that's very important, right? As a reader, you are wondering what's about to happen. It's very much a point of tension, like, how much is Theoden going to buy into this? Turns out, not at all.
I thought for sure he would.
Right?
Me too.
I was like, we just freed this dude and he's going to turn on us. 100%.
Well, we found him. Remember, we found Theoden basically under Saruman's enchantment and Wormtongue calling all the shots. And
especially if he's like, I will die for this cause.
Right.
The most interesting conflict in this character would be if he decides to live for a different one.
He's embraced his own death. He's an old man who woke up to the reality of, I have to fight a war. One way or the other, this is my last war.
Even with Wormtongue.
Mm-hmm.
Wormtongue over him, he was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
true.
yeah, that's it. That's fine.
What are we going to do? We're going to get all the riders together. We're going to ride out to the Fords of Ice and get everybody. This is my last ride. You're in charge if I die. If he dies, I don't fucking care. Let's go. Then they get there, and it's like, we can't do this. All right, we're riding to Helm's Deep. We're going to find the last fight. Then they get captured, or not captured, but they get cornered in Helm's Deep. And he's like, fuck this. I ain't dying in no rock. We're riding. And he charges out expecting to die. But it turns out he rocks a little too hard and he doesn't die. And now he comes up here and he's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'll go face the wizard.
Yeah.
What the fuck ever? Come on down, fat man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, Theoden is out of fucks.
And he crushes it.
He does. And he's out of fucks. He's not a bad king. He's just, as a character and as a human, he is out of fucks.
He's full-blown Al Pacino at this moment. Just on a horse.
Yes.
Why?
yes. Because even his own guys are like, ugh, after listening to Saruman, they're like, the king sounds really, really like he's off. Like he sounds abrasive and kind of shitty, but he is the boss. So I guess what's happening now? When it becomes apparent to Saruman that his voice is not working on Theoden, he pivots directly to Gandalf. He says, well, Gandalf, what the fuck brings you here with this rabble? You must be absolutely ashamed to be associated with this bunch of robbers and shitfuckers. Like, they're terrible.
Another direct quote.
Yes, absolutely.
The magic of Tolkien.
The magic of Tolkien. And he says, like, you are wise, and I know you don't take advice because you have a lot of great advice. That's true. That's fair. But why don't you come inside and we will talk wizard to wizard and we'll leave all these dirty little ragamuffins outside to wait to see what the adults in the room say. And everyone, Tolkien makes very clear that literally everyone else is thinking, oh, fuck, Gandalf is going to leave us to hang. He is going to go in there because the wizards plot with wizards. It's what wizards do. Gandalf is a powerful wizard. Saruman is a powerful wizard. Nothing Saruman's saying is on its face untrue. And that's the insidiousness of gaslighting, right? And Gandalf's like, oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure I understood the first fucking time. I'm pretty sure I got the message. Unless you have things you want to reconsider and unsay, and I don't know, maybe change your whole goddamn tune. And Saruman again is like, I don't think I need to take anything back. I just don't think I made myself really clear. Again, because I was impatient. Why don't you just come inside?
Remember that funny...
And I regret it.
He's like, remember that
Yes.
funny time when you were like asking me, Gandalf? You kept asking me, can you camp out on top of Orthanc for a couple weeks? And I was like, I don't think it'll be comfortable, but sure, if you want.
Right. That's
Remember
exactly it.
Gandalf?
Yeah. Because Gandalf is like, yeah, you know what? I remember how that went. I remember I escaped on a big bird and you were trying to sell me to Sauron. So I don't think I'm going to come inside. I don't think that's what I want or need. So the boys, in response to all of this, the boys have gotten dangerously restless at the bottom of the hill because they're like, everyone there, again, everyone there is ready for Gandalf to say, fuck you guys, Wizards Club. No weirdos allowed.
To join Saruman.
Yeah. Like, because everybody's like in their mind, like, yeah, fuck, this is the natural order of events. It's Saruman's the boss, Gandalf's the wizard, they're wizards, they're buddies. They're going to go do the thing that wizards do.
Of course they're going to team up. They're better than us.
Right. And we're going to be left the fuck out in the cold. And suddenly those guys who thought like, oh, Saruman's going to save us. Saruman has the options for us. They're left out. And everyone feels that way. Again, not a great time to be a hobbit. But also now they're not so much mad at the hobbits as they are mad at Gandalf maybe. Like everyone's preparing mentally for this ultimate betrayal. And Gandalf like looks up at Saruman on his little balcony and fucking laughs at him. He's like, Saruman, you fucking clown. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Nah, bro, no, dude, no. Let's try something different. How about you come out of the tower and we'll talk things out and you'll be free to do whatever you want, but you just have to come out. The things you had found strength in, the strategies you devised, the stuff you put all of your stock in has come crashing down. So what are you holding out for? What do you think? What plans have you made that are still viable? Doesn't look like many. It looks like your army's done. Your little fucking courtyard of horrors is done. And oh yeah, whatever you had going on with Sauron, you're on the shit list now, bud. Make no mistake. He's gonna come for you. So what the fuck are you staying in there for? Just come out. This is the next step. It's over. Let's figure out how to go forward from here. So Gandalf absolutely flips the script on Saruman. And Saruman almost buys it. Not almost buys it, I should say, but he's almost there. He's almost there. He has doubts because everything Gandalf says is actually true. Gandalf's not gaslighting. He's just presenting facts. There's no angle here. There's no sell. It's just look at the facts. Don't think about what you want things to be. Don't think about how you can weasel your way out of a bad situation into an okay situation. It's over. You fucked it up. But there's a path forward for you. But you have to come out first. Saruman almost takes the deal. But then he falls into anger. He falls into pride. Whatever pretense he had before this moment leaves. Because again, remember, his whole thing is like the voice he's using is this like coaxing. It's this friendly. It's this aggrieved old man trying to just make peace with his neighbors. That is done now. Now he's mad. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm going to come down there with you, a bunch of armed assholes on my doorstep. I'm going to walk out unarmed into a crowd of my enemies. Gandalf, you are not that fucking dumb to think I'm that fucking dumb. You want me to come out there where your friends are at, where your fucking wild wood demons are hiding, because I don't see them, but I know they're there. We're not idiots. The Ents are somewhere there, and you want me to come out? Absolutely the fuck not. And Gandalf's like, well, really though, this is your last chance. I'm offering you a way out. This is my heart to your heart, Saruman. My word is good. You will be safe. You will be free even. But you have to come out. But also you have to give me the key to Orthanc and your staff. And those you'll get back. You can have those back, but that's a pledge of your goodwill. Like that's the what I'm going to hold while you show us that you've had an actual change of heart.
Your security deposit.
Yeah, it's your security deposit. And this like takes Saruman's breath away. Because he's like, until when? When When are you going to give me my shit back, Gandalf? Are you going to give me the keys to Orthanc back after you get the keys to Barad-dûr? Are you going to give me my staff back after you get the rods of the 5 wizards, 7 crowns, and a whole fucking huge ass new set of boots for Mr. Bossman Gandalf? That's when I'm going to get my shit back? I'm supposed to hold out hope for that day? Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck this. I'm out. And he turns to leave. And then Gandalf the White shows up. And he says, Saruman, come back. I am not done talking to you. And everybody watches Saruman turn and be like almost physically dragged by the power of Gandalf's voice back to this balcony edge, back to this banister. And Gandalf says, I tried. I truly fucking tried. And if you thought you knew me before, you absolutely do not know me now. I was Gandalf the Grey. I am now Gandalf the White. I have returned from the dead, and one of my jobs is to fix you. You are Saruman the Colorless now. You I cast down. Your staff is broken. And in his hand, Saruman's staff is like actual wizard staff. It has power. Tolkien doesn't tell us exactly what it has, but it's real fucking important. It's a symbol of power. It's like a theme in wizards everywhere. For all you Harry Potter nerds, this is, instead of a wand, these wizards use staffs. And Saruman's staff explodes in his hand, and the head of it flies off and lands at Gandalf's feet. And Gandalf says, now you are dismissed. Now you're done. I'm done with you. This conversation is over. I am ending it.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Right. No, fuck you. You're fired. Like, you can't fire me. I quit. And then security grabs you.
Yeah. Fuck!
Yeah. It's like, all right, we're going to quit you all the way out the front door.
I am fired.
No severance.
About the time that Gandalf is wrapping up this power play, Wormtongue leans out of a high window and whips a bowling ball at Gandalf's head. It bounces off the railing, it comes down, it bounces off the stair, and it goes to like slide into a puddle somewhere. And the Hobbit's like, oh fuck, we gotta grab that up. Pippin runs off and he goes to snatch up this like crystal bowling ball. And Gandalf kind of takes it in stride. He's like, oh, all right, whatever, that was a little close. And Gimli's like, are we done here? Is this over now? This like whatever the fuck was going on? Because I really don't want, like, he's now throwing things at us. I'm not cool with that. Like, next comes the fire.
He already has a concussion.
Right. Concussion make him sleepy. And so as Gimli makes the very good point that, you know, more things are going to be thrown at them, and they retreat down the stairs, Saruman is like dragging himself back inside the tower off of his balcony. And so they've disengaged from this parlay. It's over. And the question then is put to Gandalf, like, what the fuck was that even for? Why did we do that? And Gandalf's like, I had to try. Right? We had to try. Partially for mercy, partially, well, for not merciful reasons. But I'm going to be real for a second, guys. I set him up for this. I needed to show him, one, that his voice, the thing he's always relied on, it doesn't work anymore. He has strayed from the path too far. He is not as powerful as he thinks he is. 2, he fell into the trap of then trying to unfuck this situation. Because again, he's dangerous one-on-one. Most dangerous one-on-one. But when you have a group of people listening, it becomes kind of obvious when somebody's making a bullshit argument to another person in the room, and you can be like, that's fucking stupid. And everybody but the boys got that. And then 3rd, Gandalf says, I need to offer him a way out because he's still powerful. He's still Saruman. He's still one of the great wizards of Middle-earth. And honestly, he could do a lot of good if he was to join us. But he's chosen not to do that. But I guess we should go tell Treebeard what we got. But whoops, Pippin, give me that shit. Because Pippin has like trotted up with this, again, this like crystal bowling ball. And it's like kind of crazy. It's got like a fire inside. It's clearly a magical something. And he scoops it out of Pippin's hand. It's like, this is not for children. And wraps up in his cloak. And kind of looks at it. He's like, ooh, you know what? Wormtongue threw this out the window. Saruman probably would like to hold on to this. This is probably very important. And Gandalf like almost has himself a little chuckle. And he's like, if Wormtongue makes it out of this alive, that's way more than he deserves. And like almost on cue, there's a piercing scream from the tower.
I love that.
And it's like, oh, I guess what? I guess no, it's Wormtongue shrieking, and it's like, oh, I guess Saruman found out what Wormtongue whipped out a fucking window like it was garbage.
Yep.
We don't know what this crystal orb is, but we know it's not for children, that it's very heavy, and that Gandalf takes a lot of value in it, that Gandalf thinks it's worth keeping. Next point is Gandalf is like, all right, we're going to go find Treebeard and let him know what happened, because this was probably the outcome, always going to be the outcome. This was probably always the way it was going to play out, but we had to try, and there was a chance things went differently. But fuck it, whatever. Plan B. And so they go back out to the gate. They go back through the slime fields and all the rest of the garbage and the absolute wasteland that is Isengard. And they get to the gate.
Isengard soup.
Isengard soup. And so gross.
I'm still thinking about that. That was such a yummy veggie soup.
Oh God, I forgot we ate that. I thought, never mind what I thought. So Jesus Christ. So they get to the gate and the Ents all appear and
You're
Treebeard-
talking about the water from down below rising and the bodies of all the dead people being the soup pieces inside.
Bingo.
I thought the same thing.
Right.
We're fucked in the head.
So they make it to the gate. The Ents all appear and they want to know like what's up. So Gandalf explains kind of like, yeah, it went about as we expected it would go. It ain't great. But also, I look at my friends I have brought. Treebeard, meet my friends. Because the hunters have not met Treebeard at this point. They've seen Ents, but they've not met Treebeard. Treebeard like greets everyone very cordially and then clocks Legolas as an elf and is like, oh, hello, Mr. Elf. Well, hello, Mr. Treebeard. Mirkwood is lovely. What do you think of Fanghorn? Treebeard says to Legolas, basically. And Legolas like, it's great. As a matter of fact, if I make it out of this alive, me and my friend are going to come visit Fanghorn. And Treebeard's like, very like, you know what? Yeah, you and any elf you want to bring are more than welcome. Legolas is like, nah, he's actually a dwarf. And he's right here.
Guy.
It's this one. And Gimli like tries his best and does a great big bow and like a fucking comedy routine. Gimli's axe falls out of his belt. And Treebeard is like, what the fuck is this? An axe? Are you mocking me? Is this a joke? And Legolas has the presence of mind to say like, no, that axe is not for wood. It's never touched wood, Gimli. Shut up. It's never touched wood. Never touched wood. But he did kill 42 orcs the other day. That's an axe for orc necks. Orcs. Treebeard looks at him and says, that's a better story. I like that. You should have led with that. You really should have led with that. But yeah, anyone you want to bring is more than welcome to Fanghorn one day. At this point, Gandalf steps in and he's like, well, we got to move on to plan B. The king is tired. The king is tired of being here. We have other things to do now. The war is not over.
Yeah, he just wants to ride off and die. He's like, come on.
He's like,
I'm on a schedule.
Look,
I was supposed to be being sung about already. Come on.
look,
Light the funeral pyre. Let's go.
Theoden's just looking around at this point and he's like, dare me to jump off that cliff.
He's like, I'll eat that. He's like, I want to be.
You want to go halvesies on these mushrooms to see if we live?
This is going to sound really
He lost his
terrible,
mind.
but I mean this with love. He reminds me a lot of Josephine, the last year of her life, where we're like, happy Christmas, Josephine. What do you want? She would be like, I want to die. He'd be like, well.
That was my 97-year-old grandmother
Yeah,
who
she
passed
was-
away last year.
Yeah.
Well, Theoden is absolutely like, yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I want to be either dead or in bed by 8 tonight. I want to be horizontal in 3 hours. I have no fucks.
Either way.
Y'all ever heard of
I
roulette?
like this about him.
But so Gandalf kind of uses this as like, guys, the war is not over. If Saruman was right about anything, it's that the war continues, and we got to get back to Edoras. And we got to figure this all the fuck out. So, Treebeard, I apologize, but I'm taking all my friends with me when we go, including your 2 little gate guard hobbit buddies. Treebeard is like actually aggrieved by this. He's gonna miss the hobbits. He's like, you are the first new things I have seen in a very long time. And when the oldest living thing on the planet says that to you, that means something. And he's like, you are hobbits. You are my friends in particular. We have added you to the rolls. We've added you to the list of all things. You will not be forgotten by Ents. But also, if in the Shire, which sounds like a lovely place, you happen to find any ladies, Entwives, please God fucking tell us. Send somebody, come yourself. That would be better. But please, Jesus God, we've been looking for them for like 4,500 years. I've never heard of the Shire, so apparently we don't look very well. But like, you just, please, just this one favor for your old buddy.
You got any bitches?
Yeah, right?
That's still my favorite
You know any
conspiracy
girls?
theory, that's why the Shire is perfect lawns. Is because
Oh
the
my
Entwives are just
God.
maintaining all the property because these hobbits are not doing lawn work.
That's interesting.
So after delivering this like actual plea, but this heartfelt goodbye also, Treebeard is recognizing that these new little friends he's made live in a paradise fit for an Entwife. That's a huge compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But also he says like, I'm going to miss these little guys. That's like, they're like positively hasty. I feel like I'm getting younger. So it's like when you get an old cat, a kitten, and suddenly they're like more playful.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with a 12,000-year-old tree.
Yeah.
But really, the open-ended question now is like, what the fuck is going to happen with Saruman? Because Gandalf's left him in there. And Gandalf says as part of them leaving the tower, like, he's done. He's trapped. I gave him a way out. He chose anger. He chose power. He chose to serve only himself rather than help anyone else. And you know what? Fuck him. He's going to be in that fucking tower until, I don't know, something happens to him, or God forbid, Sauron finds him. He says to Treebeard, like, please though, like, can you just keep him penned up in that fucking hidey hole of his? Also, can you regularly flood Isengard to make sure that none of the underground tunnels and escape holes and whatever the fuck is down there is accessible, or find every single outlet for the water? And Treebeard's like, oh, fuck yeah. That is absolutely on my timetable. We are going to stand here and we're going to flood this fucking place. And I'm going to put the wildest, angriest, weirdest trees I can find in Isengard. We're going to make something called the Watchwood. It's going to be fucking rad. And we're going to stand here and watch Saruman rot for 7 times as long as he bothered us. Oh, we are going to fucking love this.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And that's how the chapter ends.
It's a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
It's nice because you have the tree being eloquent and sort of revengeful and poetic, you know?
He's getting his retribution.
Well, the hearts of trees have been one of my favorite things of this world so far, whether it's Old Man Willow or the Horns or the Ents. They have such passion. And if they get on your bad side, watch out.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. They're very vengeful and I love it.
Yeah. Like nature's a bitch.
Yeah. So before we dive into discussing this chapter, there was a sentence that described something that was very prevalent in the last chapter that I thought, now that would be a better title for the previous chapter. And Chris, I was wondering if you picked up on it.
It's the shadow of the wood.
Yeah, the shadow of the wood.
Ooh.
yeah, I really
I
liked
think that
line.
should be chapter 9.
Yeah.
The shadow of the wood. I'm forever
What
going to
was
just
chapter
say
9 called?
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh, the worst fucking names possible.
No, but it did also go with that chapter. However, I think it's much more mysterious. And I feel like it definitely has a stronger sound.
Yeah, it's very ominous.
Yeah.
It like captures their malevolent nature.
Flotsam and Jetsam kind of captures the idea that it is a ruin. And something we didn't quite explore that I thought was interesting is that Flotsam and Jetsam also describes Merry and Pippin. Like they just washed up in this wasteland and then they are found by their friends in that moment and in that time. So at one level, Merry and Pippin are the Flotsam and Jetsam. I don't know who was thrown out and who just happened to float by, but
I think sadly Pippin would have been thrown out.
honestly, who would not throw out Pippin? Chris, I think you're the only one to throw out Merry before Pippin.
Probably.
I feel like Mary hasn't said anything the last couple of chapters.
His trauma put him in check.
Poor guy. Pippin's like leading now, and that's weird.
Yeah.
So really quickly though, can we talk about like Pippin's growth?
Sure.
Like he's making relevant points. He's asking real questions. He's not just the bottom of the comedy pile, right?
He is still picking up haunted bowling balls.
he's still doing things that immature people do.
Pippin
Well,
things.
I just think it's.
Pippin things.
I don't
Pippin
know if
gonna
I
Pippin.
would want to describe it as doing immature things. I think it's just that he just truly is not thinking. One, you could pick it up and you could be like possessed or something. Two, it might be 1,000 degrees. It might be like, dangerous to literally your physical body.
It's just a haunted wizard ball.
And he's
Whatever.
and he's just like, oh, I'll pick it up.
He's never had to think before.
Yeah.
He definitely acts on impulse.
Yeah.
He has no impulse control, for better or for worse. That's part of the reason why he did so well when he was captive.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to drop my brooch. I'm going to do this. He was constantly thinking about a plan. Versus, I think Mary is
He has ADHD for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But whereas Mary, I think, is such a planner, is used to feeling like, oh, I know where I'm going. I've read about this.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's suffering in this.
Now that he's out of his
Climate.
element,
He's out of his element.
Kind of like
Since he got captured, Mary feels out of control. And I think that's why he's so quiet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Versus Pippin is thriving in chaos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pippin is causing chaos.
He is a
Yes.
chaos goblin.
Yes.
So there's a historical figure called Pippin the Short.
Really?
Yeah. I had somewhere to go with that. I'm so sorry to just drop that in. We don't have to get engaged with that. But no, I think that's an interesting point that like Pippin is kind of filling the gap that Mary leaves. But he's actually doing it, which is crazy to me, right? Because he's asking pointed questions. He's following the thread. And even Legolas is checked all the way the fuck out.
Yeah.
But Pippin can follow what's up.
He needed to recharge.
Doing good.
Yep.
Is this
little batteries.
personal growth?
I'm proud of Pippin.
I'm not sure if it's personal growth or it's just like he is in a place where his strengths can shine.
Well, he's taller now.
Yeah, okay.
He's
you're
taller.
Right.
He's also kind
Personal
of
growth.
he's like a bit grumpier too. Like he's like in the beginning, he was like, "What are we doing?" And now he's like, "Ugh, this is fucking nuts."
Right? Another fucking wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like dragged on the ground behind orcs for like several leagues.
Which is like until I picked it up in my mind, just because the last time we saw anything get thrown from a tower, thrown at a tower was Helm's Deep, especially with Saruman. I was like, oh my God, it's one of those fire things.
It's gonna blow up.
It's going to blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
It would have been really sad.
I don't know
Well,
if
like-
funny is the right word.
I mean, I would have had
Pippin would have exploded.
I would have laughed real hard but they make a point though. That like
They would have like, why wasn't it me?
Pippin would have turned into pit,
Yeah.
pit, boom.
Oh.
That was a '90s joke. Click, click, boom.
oh no.
And Theoden would have gotten jealous.
Yeah,
He's like, why
Theoden's
not
just
me?
like,
God damn it! I should have picked that up.
Right. Always a king, never a corpse.
That is Theoden's motto.
Oh my god!
But there's an interesting moment there where they discuss like, okay, Wormtongue threw it out of the window. They make that determination that Wormtongue's the one who threw it out the window. But it hit the railing on the way down, which then caused it to deviate slightly and not smash Gandalf's skull in.
what color do you think he would have come back as?
I mean, you go from gray to white to
Red.
like, plaid, see through.
Gandalf
Like
the Red.
you're just like Gandalf. Like you're like really thin rice noodles. You're kind of translucent, but it's kind of uncomfortable.
Gandalf the dented.
Oh,
I would hope it'd be Gandalf
Yeah.
the Silver.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to get to though is that
It's very
Aragorn makes a quip about Wormtongue's aim, and it's like maybe he missed Gandalf because he couldn't figure out which wizard he hated more.
Yeah.
Because it came from above Saruman.
Right,
I think he was aiming for Saruman. He just sucked at throwing.
right. You're Wormtongue, and you're like, I got one ticket out of this shit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill the bad guy. Whip.
Oh, I suck at everything.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
The actual voice of Saruman, how it changed, how it influenced, how it lost its power, how it gained its power throughout. There was a lot of arc within his actual voice.
Yeah, and like Chris, honest question: do you also sleep with your eyes open? I just talked about this.
About what?
Huh?
What?
Oh my God.
You gaslighting son of a bitch. Listen, I lost my mind for it. I was like, what the hell just happened?
Well, like I knew I had fucked up, and Laura's like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh no."
I found the comparison between Saruman's voice and Gandalf's voice. Both have the ability to sort of speak things into happening. The contrast between how they utilize it and the tone of voice in which they use to execute said command, or I don't know if you want to call Voice of Saruman a command, but his sort of snakish tongue to
It's like an insinuation.
change what he's saying to sound better. Or it was almost like describing like his voice was like nice to listen to, and then when anyone else spoke, you were like, ugh, I don't like this voice. I don't like this voice. You know?
I absolutely loved that parallel because it was like they're both wizards, and when they were off at wizard camp, they both learned how to convince people with their words, but kind of in different ways.
Yeah.
And so how Saruman uses his powers to influence other people and convince them to do what he wants them to do, versus Gandalf really only uses it when he has to. And I mean, we've used this phrase all the time, but it's like the commanding voice.
Right.
Did you guys know that in one of the appendices, Tolkien tells us that Saruman, Gandalf, and Voldemort were in the same class in Hogwarts?
Oh my God.
Right? I had you right.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I was halfway through and I was like, Jesus Christ.
It was actually Merlin.
Oh my God.
No, but so you're right, though. That's an interesting parallel about the voices and about the approaches, right? Because Saruman is soft power. He is convincing. He's diplomacy. He's politics.
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to spread that shit everywhere to make it work. Gandalf, on the other hand, just has his finger on like the red button to drop the bomb, because at like any minute he can like summon a fire, like a dragon made of fire, make fireworks. He can blow shit up. He can drop a ceiling on you. And he doesn't. He chooses not to.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Grey was someone we knew. Sort of. Gandalf the White is familiar, but his power, even in his own words, are, I didn't summon those trees. I just have a really fast horse and people take my advice. Now we're seeing the power of Gandalf the White, and the motherfucker is upping his game.
Yeah.
There's an interesting parallel between Gandalf and Saruman in the way that they both have an agenda. They both are sort of writing the same story, but from a different POV of, here's why I'm doing the thing I'm doing. Here is what I would like to happen. There is a world where you can't really be upset at almost anything Saruman says in this chapter, because if you were to switch Saruman for Gandalf, you would be like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's saying something convincing. So-and-so is rebelling against them. Now he's pissed.
His arguments make sense.
Yeah.
But he uses his powers to make you just fully immersed and fully believe it, and like nothing else could possibly.
It's very manipulative, right?
Yeah, because he's even manipulated himself. Gandalf says Saruman started this whole thing because he wants to heal the disorders of the world. And he thinks that he is the only one that has the power or control to do so. Not Sauron, not anyone else, not the council. Like, for some reason, Saruman thinks that he's the only one that can right the world.
Yeah.
And so it's very selfish and prideful and arrogant. And so he thinks he has to twist the entire world to his viewpoint. And that's the difference.
Is that not the same thing that Frodo thinks?
No.
No.
She's like, no,
Frodo was
absolutely
past
not.
out evil, so he can just go back to the Shire.
Yeah, he wants to fix the disorder of the world.
No, he wants
no.
to end it.
Yeah, he wants
Doesn't
to
want
end
to
the disorder of
fix
the
it.
world.
Fixing and ending something are different. Fixing means it's
Saruman wants to control
Saruman
it.
wants to keep the evil and make it his, but he doesn't realize he can't do that. Versus Frodo sees that it's not controllable. He sees what he did to his beloved Bilbo, and he wants to end it.
Of course. I just think that, like, Saruman has a point. He is polarizing in his views, and there are people, I mean, we all know this, whatever political side you're on, we all know that, like, sometimes the things that the opponent is saying sounds insane, but still can get people to follow.
Right.
Wholeheartedly and believably, who think they're doing good.
Yeah. And
It might
that's the
be
most dangerous
good-hearted
thing, right?
still,
That's the most
right?
dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Is people who think they're doing good. And yeah, to Robbie's point, like, it's the first time I ever coached Robbie. To RJ's point, Saruman thinks he is in a position of authority to guide the path of Middle-earth, because he literally is, right? He's one of the wizards. He's one of the high wizards of Middle-earth. we don't even know much about the wizards, right? Through this writing, we just know they're powerful individuals. They have a council. Saruman is the boss of all the wizards. We don't even know what that fucking means outside of Gandalf and Radagast. He's also on the Council of the Wise. Galadriel put that shit together. Elrond was there. Gandalf was there. He's actually a power in Middle-earth. So for him to naturally assume that it's his position of authority that allows him to make decisions about the fate of the world is not crazy. It's not all ego. However, he chooses evil. This is a thing that we know as readers.
Yeah.
And that we can see in the world through the reaction to the consequences of, I don't know, he builds a fucking army of half-orc monsters and murders the west half of Rohan. Because
as like Laura was saying, he becomes like this manipulating like fucker. Like he like is gaslighting.
One thing they touch on that I think is really, really interesting is that his ability to manipulate and convince people is more useful when he is a counselor, when he is advising somebody else who has more power than him.
I miss that completely.
That's why his power is fading, because he can't make things happen by manipulating the person above him. You know, he's trying to manipulate the people below him. And
Gandalf's direct quote is,
he cannot. There's like a physical, like he can't manipulate tall people.
Oh my God, no. Just listen to what RJ has to say.
No, Gandalf.
I love you guys so much, but...
No, I love that point as well, and I wrote it down. So Gandalf's direct quote about that is, he, meaning Saruman, cannot be both tyrant and counselor.
Yeah.
And that is why his power is fading with his voice.
Yeah, I love that. Well, because that's like why he was never going to succeed as, you know, whatever evil supreme ruler, because that's just not what his power lets him do.
I had a quick question about Wormtongue, actually. They talked about it being made of black stone. What kind of stone is that strong?
Obsidian.
I was going to say obsidian too. I don't know if it's strong or not. It was just the first thing that came to mind. Like a shiny black stone.
Yeah.
Onyx. Obsidian.
I don't know anything about rocks, but I was, and like stones, I was just like,
it's shiny and smooth and black.
They were able to take a, like the Ents were able to disembowel, maybe is the
tear it
correct
apart,
word, but tear stone and rock, and like they were like, that's what we're here for, but they just couldn't do anything against the actual tower itself.
Part of it was because it was so smooth, they couldn't get like a handhold to pull,
and it was built by older skill, because again, this kind
wasn't it the Númenóreans?
Yes, it was the Númenóreans built Orthanc, and then Saruman came in and kind of built Isengard, right? So the circuit wall, the one that the Ents pulled apart like cheese, was not built by the same people who built Orthanc.
Oh, okay. So that answers my question, because I kind of was like, that kind of defeats the whole point of like the Ents coming up and like just being able to do massive amounts of damage. While we're on the topic of, you know, old fucking white-haired wizards,
fuck you, I'm only 40.
We got another.
It's almost true.
We got another old wizard we should probably discuss.
Sure.
Mr. Gandalf.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Gandalf? And was anybody surprised by his way of handling, respectfully setting Saruman up for a failure, but respectfully, like not being like he was when he walked into Theoden's. What was the name of the hall? The one with an M.
Mezutheld.
He walks into Mezutheld.
Not crazy?
With like a vendetta chip on his shoulder.
Hall.
Yeah, he walks into the Golden Hall and he's got like a chip on his shoulder and he's like, and he like stirs shit and he starts off like
Wormtongue, you fucker.
Yeah. And none of that happened. I wanted it to so badly, but none of that happened.
Yeah.
And I was thoroughly surprised. You guys, no one who's ever heard this podcast is going to think that I'm a huge fan of Gandalf. I've never been. He's a bit of a dickhead, bit of an asshole. He's very valuable, very useful, very wise, but not my favorite character. And I was thoroughly surprised at how he handled Saruman, how he communicated with Saruman, and the level of restraint he showed.
which is true power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is ever so slightly manipulative himself.
Yes.
100%.
Because he knows how to speak to different people.
He is
To
not
get
that
what he
different from
wants.
Saruman, the
No,
voice
he
of
is.
Gandalf.
He's coming at it from a different place. But he understands how he addresses people will impact the outcome of the conversation.
Whereas Saruman can talk to anybody however he wants because magic.
Yeah.
Right? No, I think that's really good though. But like, imagine that you have to go fire your own boss, but you don't want him to be mad about it.
So when I first read it, I thought the same thing. And I was like, okay, he handled this really diplomatically. I would have been so upset with the way the interaction went the last time in the tower when Gandalf was stuck up there, almost died, had to jump on an eagle to save himself, etc. I was like, he's going to come in guns a-blazing. It's going to be showdown 2.0. And so when he comes in calm, cool, collected, playing mental chess with Saruman, I realized that's actually the bigger fuck you. And that's the bigger fuck you because he's allowing Saruman to dig his own grave,
Yeah.
which is going to eat him up inside. And it's going to be a long, slow, torturous demise.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, I think Gandalf does too. At first I thought, oh, he's being so merciful. Look at that. He gave him a choice. Gave him this option of helping them. He knew in his soul that was never going to happen. And I don't think he really wanted to work with him.
In the beginning of the chapter, from Gandalf's own mouth, there's like a funny usage of words. I wrote it down. They're all sort of like heading towards the stairs. And they're getting ready to confront Saruman. And Gandalf turns to all like the people and he's like, listen, this is going to be a parlay. We're going to talk. Beware.
Beware the voice.
Well, he says beware first.
Does he?
And then he just leaves it at that. And then I wrote, it's so nice to hear, like, because you never hear it this way. It's so nice to hear beware and then no follow-up.
Beware.
Just in general, beware.
Like heffalumps and woozles?
Yeah. And then he goes up and they're like about to knock. And then Pippin's like, hey, could something go wrong? And he goes again for the second time, beware the voice of Saruman. And then I wrote, oh, never mind. Because honestly, think about it. It's so much more like when somebody tells you beware of the snakes. Like all you think about is the snakes and not anything else that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
So it was the advice of beware, period, which never comes in any movie or show or book or whatever. It's always like beware the blank, is far better advice than beware the voice.
Right. Imagine you're walking through a neighborhood and there's a sign on a fence that just says beware instead of beware of dog.
Yeah.
It's beware.
Everything here, I would be like, dude, okay, I don't trust you. I don't trust that car. Fuck that dog. All of it. I am better prepared with just a simple beware than a beware the dog. Because I will assume the only thing that can hurt me is the fucking dog. And the neighbor with the axe walking near me, I'm like, he must be working on his trees in the backyard. And not
Beware.
like, you know.
The other weird thing about Gandalf's introduction to what they're about to experience, he just says, beware the voice. He doesn't say what's going to happen. Like, he's going to say things and make you feel things and they won't be true. He should have warned people.
He should have.
He's just
right?
like, beware the voice. Like, that doesn't mean very much until after you've experienced
But that's the theme with Gandalf. Like in the beginning with Frodo, he doesn't tell him about the ring because he didn't want the history of the ring to put fear in Frodo's heart because he didn't know what it was. It had no power over him. He was ignorant to it. So I
That
think
was
he
not
tries to,
true of the voice, though.
I think he tries to keep people ignorant so that evil doesn't have power over them because fear gives power to people.
Tolkien makes a point of saying that Gandalf basically ignores Theoden during the whole Theoden-Saruman exchange. He's standing there, not looking at anybody, just kind of looking at the ground, like serious face. Do your thing so we can get to my thing. It almost makes me feel like you're injecting a bit of like apathy into the way Gandalf is like, do your thing. I'm here for you. I got your back. But also like wrap it up because there's a bigger conversation to have after this, but I want to let you do your thing.
So I agree with that in part because it kind of plays into Gandalf's plans. But I think rather than apathy, it speaks to confidence. Because Gandalf...
I think that's part of letting Saruman dig his own grave.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yep. Because, Theoden is like, he may or may not fall for it. That's not the important bit here. Gandalf let Saruman think he still had some choice, some actual choice. And Saruman fucked it up.
Yep.
Did Saruman need his staff to have the power of the voice, do you think?
I'm going to say yes.
Well, so like the whole like ideology of a staff actually comes from like pagan beliefs in like the Middle Ages, and like it's a lot of Celtic and Norse mythology, and so the staff is an extension of the wizard. The power comes from the wizard themselves, but it helps to like fine tune and hone the power.
Okay.
So it's not wild because it is like a natural thing, and so,
So
they
it's
have
like
to
the
almost
vessel.
exercise a power over
Like a
it,
focus.
Yeah.
and so it gives them focus and direction, and also keeps it from also overwhelming the wizard.
Okay.
That's like the basic mythology of a staff. I'm not saying Tolkien copied that exactly. He's not very specific on it, but it was already in the fantasy world before Tolkien wrote this.
oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
loves him some fucking mythology.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. They use the word hewed several times in this chapter.
And now you'll never see it the same way again.
Yeah.
What?
They use the
Hewed.
word hewed.
H-E-W-W.
They've been using that word for several chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like 3 times in this chapter.
Yeah. You
And
can
I was like, Jesus Christ, what does hewed mean? What is going on? Why we? Because there's a lot of times where I'm reading this and a word I don't know comes across, and I just go, oh well. And I just keep reading.
Context clues. That's
Yeah.
what he meant to say.
And it was like, Hammer was hewed. I think I do need to understand the definition of hewed here. I thought Hammer was just like stabbed, and then he fell down, and they left and went away. And hewed, the definition is like to be chopped up.
yeah.
Like ripped
Yeah.
in half.
Yeah. Well, that's why Theoden brings it up as a crime of Saruman's orcs.
Yeah.
Because they desecrate Hammer's body. They chop it the fuck up.
Yeah. And that completely changed how I viewed Hammer's death.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely.
Right?
It's one thing for someone to die in war. I don't feel bad. There's like okay, you died, in a glorious battle.
Mhm.
There's another thing to find out that like your body was cut into like 100 little pieces.
Right. Like your form was utterly destroyed.
And I go, oh, Jesus Christ, that's dark. So like the language Tolkien's using, Hammer died, Hammer was killed, Hammer was slain, he was struck down. There's all these ways to sort of like inform the reader, but to have Theoden sort of be like, or maybe it was Eomer, I can't remember who said it, but like one of them was like, yeah, like you need to pay penance for like, Hammer being hewed.
That was Theoden, yeah.
And it's like, when you know the gravity of that, the definition of that word, it really fucking hits hard.
That's why I look up every word in this that I don't know, because it's just, it adds so much to the story.
I wish I had 17 hours a week to do that. I don't.
okay. You have
There's a lot of words I don't understand. I just gotta keep moving.
But good luck, buddy.
threw it into Google.
You have a very smart, well-read wife.
Yeah,
There
so
you
I have
go.
to pause and go, what does this word mean? And
There was
then-
one word that I did have to look up this time, a dotard.
Dotard?
Oh, yeah.
Dotard.
Oh, okay.
I have it as a dotard.
Yeah, I thought you
No,
would.
that's the
dotard.
pronunciation.
I thought you would.
I wrote dotard. I'm stealing that.
No, Christopher.
You fucking dotard.
I
Christopher,
knew
Now I
that.
don't have to get in trouble for saying
So,
that.
in
Yes,
my head,
Dotard.
the first book I ever saw it in was also a British author, and I always thought it was Doddard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
that's
Like
it.
the British accent.
Doddard
That was a
and
terrible
gibbet.
one.
Yep.
They said those a lot.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Yeah, gibbet.
So a
Gibbet's
dotard is
easy.
an old, feeble person.
Which makes sense when they call someone Dottie.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
nickname, it comes from that.
That's fucked.
Wait, no,
That
isn't
does
Dottie?
not come from that. That's short for Dorothy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, Dorothy.
No, in,
Right,
in some
but-
British books, though, she's getting a bit dotty.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never heard that.
We don't read the same literature.
I don't know. That's
got
real.
you.
Find one book where it says that.
Agatha Christie.
Listen, I read a lot.
But the other one
okay,
is
now that I've
gibbet.
done this podcast, I read a lot.
Your horoscope doesn't count.
I read a lot of text messages.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I too
Lot of
am
Reddit.
technically literate.
What does gibbet mean? Did you look that up?
Yeah, it's like a what's the word?
Testicle?
What's the word? Yeah.
No, it's
A
where
place
you
where
hang
you hang
people.
people. What's the word for that?
A new? Oh, sorry.
scaffold.
Scaffold. Galley.
No, a
Galley.
Gallows.
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 Thank you. We'll get there eventually. Yeah. A gibbet is like a gallows.
Okay, good to know. Because they said gibbet like 3 times.
Yeah, they said we're gonna hang you from a gibbet.
Yeah, and I was like, could it be a pipe? Could it be
Kinda,
a
yeah.
tree?
Yeah, like, it could have
be
been any-
what is a gibbet? We'll
Yeah.
never know. Moving on.
Well, but okay, so it's interesting though that in the context of how corpses are treated, because you brought that up.
No, I didn't. Remember?
What?
Oh my God.
Gaslighting you.
It fucking works.
It did work. The look on your face.
Dude, gaslighting's great. I'm gonna do it all the time, man. Holy shit.
Turns out Saruman
Chris has a new hobby.
Saruman's
love
power
gaslighting.
is-
Gaslighting Pat about Lord of the Rings.
I never said that.
Oh no. But like to talk about the way corpses are treated in context is really important because when you desecrate a corpse, it's an act of disrespect, like deliberate disrespect. Like once somebody's dead, you don't need to keep chopping them into pieces. You choose to do that to send a message to everybody who gives a fuck about that person.
Yeah.
Which is why Theoden, who loved Hamma, was so like aggrieved by that. But then we get to the gibbet comment. The gibbet is hanging in like, especially like English culture. Hanging is what you do for criminals. Like noble people, kings, queens, dukes, whatever you want to do. When they get murdered, it's a beheading. That's a dignified death.
It's supposed to be one swing.
Right. It's quick. It's easy. You're just done. You fucked up. We delete you. It's over. A gibbet is for hanging. And buddy, you just dangle until you strangle.
Yeah, and the whole town watches.
Yeah,
That was
it's-
good.
Yeah, it's meant to be like public.
That happened
That
in
was
real
nice.
time. That happened
was
in real
really
time.
nice.
I wasn't even conscious for that.
Yeah, you dangle while you strangle. Is that what you
Dangle
said?
until you strangle.
Oh my god, that's great.
That's Theoden's second motto.
Right.
His first motto is always a king.
Ride and die.
No, always a king. My favorite one, though. Always a king, never a corpse.
So many good catch lines this episode.
King Theoden, you ready to ride? Sure. Always a king, never a corpse.
Ride and die. Sir, what?
Give me $50. I'll jump off the bridge right now.
Right, I know what I'm making Pat for Christmas. A t-shirt
won't.
with Theoden.
Ride and die.
Yes. But
Also,
He's tired of living.
I also
me too.
am hungry. Am I a hobbit? For death,
Maybe
for
it's
life,
death by chocolate.
for also a treat. So
All right. RJ's closer than she thinks.
I'm so excited.
Laura.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I know. I want to die. Theoden.
Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. The fucking clips that are going to come out of this episode. I forgot that was a thing until just now.
Yeah. Everybody's like, God damn it, Theoden. He's like, I'm so excited riding off. All right, let's do it.
All right. So this chapter was the voice of Saruman. And as we very quickly found out, it sounds very sweet at first, right? But it very quickly turns salty or perhaps even sour.
Oh, wow.
The theme of tonight's food for thought is sweet and salty and sweet and sour.
Oh.
Nice.
I love
So
that.
I've made chocolate covered pretzels.
Nice.
We have like a sweet and salty nut mix, and then just some Sour Patch Kids sour candy to enjoy the sweet and sour.
Can't wait.
I just want one of these dang pretzels.
I think the problem is that I would absolutely buy in if some wizard in a tower is like, this is what we're going to do, boys. I'm like, I'm one of the boys.
Yeah.
So I'm all
you're,
sweet.
You're a chocolate.
Yeah.
What are you?
Hama's body is still burned into my mind, so I'm going sour.
Ooh. That was an interesting way to say that.
Just the wreckage.
Hammage.
Oh. And whatever his name is.
Hamburger.
He doesn't have a name. Fuck him. He's just a hot body lady and I ruined him.
He's just carnage.
Damn, woman.
We broke Chris.
Gonna kill Chris.
What's
It's
wrong?
okay,
What
buddy.
did you
Oh,
eat?
he ate a bunch of sour shit.
It's good. It's very sour.
Excellent. Just like Saruman.
Now I'm going to try Saruman's nuts.
Me too.
They're a little salty.
What? Sweet and salty nuts.
My favorite kind.
Well, for our listeners, what we're looking at here is a beautiful plate, some floral design on it, and then we have homemade chocolate-covered pretzels, some sweet and salty nuts. It's a mix of like almonds, cashews,
Peanuts.
and then we have Sour Patch Kids.
What was the big nut?
Cashew.
Your mom.
Cashew or cashew? I thought they were
There were some walnuts.
walnut.
Almonds. What?
I used to think you were crazy.
And now?
I can see your nuts.
Oh my god, Laura, I really like the
That's
homemade
really
chocolate
funny.
pretzels. They're great.
Thanks.
Especially because
Very difficult to like melt down all that chocolate
time.
and dip some pretzels into it.
Well, that is a perfect way to end this chapter with a really spot on interpretation of Saruman's voice. The voice
Thank
of Saruman between salty nuts, sour Patch Kids, is that what they are?
Mm-hmm.
And homemade chocolate covered pretzels that are so sweet and delicious. And I loved it. That was delicious. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you all tuning in. I think it's time that we call it quits on the Voice of Saruman and maybe go home and start reading our next chapter.
Sounds good to me.
What's the next chapter called?
It's chapter 11, the Palantír.
Chapter 11 is called the Palantír.
I don't even know what that word means.
Ooh.
Well, there's clearly pals and there's crying.
Why, yo?
The pal and tear.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So
I'm ready.
There's nothing else it could possibly mean.
You know, you're not actually wrong.
I've never actually wrong. I'm just mostly wrong most of the time.
Aw.
Thank you guys so friggin' much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Full of a Took. Make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you like our accounts on social media. If you're just listening, we got a YouTube channel. Check out every episode, full video. We have a lot of fun.
Watch us eat.
You can watch us be nutcases and, you know.
If you like Lord of the Rings and you have low standards, this is for you.
Also, if you got a friend that's like kind of nervous to get into Lord of the Rings, this is the perfect companion piece for people just getting their toes into the water. Your half nerd friends or people who feel like they can get along with you when you talk about nerdy stuff, but they secretly go, I didn't read that, or I didn't see that movie. This is the perfect podcast for them. So make sure you share it with them. And also, we're thankful for you.
Yeah.
We're thankful for our listeners. Cheers. I hope you had a good time tonight.
Hey.
All right. Next week, the Palantír, chapter 11 of the Two Towers.
The final chapter of book 3.
The final chapter of book 3. Holy shit.
Yo,
Cheers
boys.
around.
Yeah.
We are halfway through after that.
Oh my God.
The old
Are we?
click and clink. Yeah, it's halfway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just stopped reading right now?
Done.